So were tariffs a grift? Duh, of course they were. We all know they were. We know that the whole game was threaten the economy, pull it down. There were people who shorted the economy when they knew this was coming. And then what they did, short meaning that they bought at a higher price with the right to sell at a lower price later on. And they basically, it's like if you're playing casino in a casino craps, it's like you did a put bet knowing that this would go down. And then when it went down and he sent out a signal via social media to buy, you would just cancel out that contract, stop shorting, and then you would start buying, and therefore you could make money going down, you could make money going up. Now, yes, mega millionaire people can do this, but everyday investors could do this too. He said he paused it for 90 days because there were 70 countries, which he can't prove, that were that were begging him and trying to work deals, which is total bull. No, there were no 70 countries. It came down to this. He got his billionaire people mad and a whole bunch of people mad, called the yippee. They're acting yippee, not like yippee, but more like mad as hell, upset at you for doing this. Include from Elon down. It was like, no, don't do this. This is horrific. This is a disaster. And he didn't listen, and he drove the market down, cost people billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars through that. But understand this, there was a grift going on, because if you, for instance, shorted, let's say, I'm just going to give an imaginary price. Let's say Apple was at 100 stock price, right? You could short it and say, ooh, I believe it's going to be less in a day or two, a week or two, or whatever. So it goes down to, say, 70 or 75, and you did that by millions of shares. Now you've made some money as long as you cancel out the contract. The timing is everything. But then old boy went back, Trump went back and said, oh, on his social media, oh, now's the time to buy. Okay, cancel that contract and buy. In other words, go long on the 75. And then when it goes back up towards 100 or at least 90 or whatever, you can grab some money out of that. You grab it going down, grab it going up. Believe me, I know his family got money out of this. That's why his family ain't in public service, y'all, because they grabbing the bag on the back. Can watch what they do in government service when they get the chance to have anonymity, even though Trump's out in the open. That's the real game. The grab bag is happening behind the scenes, especially with those meme coins and everything else. It's behind the scenes. The way wealthy works is they pump up the value of something and then get a good loan out of it at 80 to 95%. Then when they get the loan out, they have their current cash flow paying for it. So like if they got Trump, if they're getting leasing, because they don't own those Trump buildings, they're being leased to use the Trump name, right? So they're being paid millions of that, and they paid their loans up to the minimum. You know, they ain't no serious on-time loan players, but they're paying it with the cash flow, and then they're using the free money with no taxes to live off of and reinvest. Who talks about this? His buddy, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You should read that book. If you read it before, read it again. That is some serious game going on. That's how the wealthy live off their stuff. They put their money that they earn for the year in other assets, so it's not considered capital gains and they can't be taxed. And then what they do is they loan against the asset they put in. They live off of that, and they budget that. So we're talking about millions they can pull out doing that. In this big run that they did with the stock market, they knew it was going down, so they shorted it. They knew it was going to be something. Put call, like you know, when you playing craps. Then they knew it was going to go up, so they went the pass line. It was the game. It was a game, and who's going to stop them? The judges, the federal judges might say something, but they're busy fighting all the other cases. The good news is that he's only 2 and 46 out of all the federal rulings in the last 12 weeks. He's not winning, he's losing. But that is the game he just pulled. Did I just earn your subscription? I hope so. Follow me here.